morning. Good morning. You have done something there? Good morning. So let's chant together first. If you have the chanting sheet. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om. May the Supreme Spirit protect us. May the Supreme Spirit nourish us. May we work together with great energy. May our study be vigorous and fruitful. May love and harmony dwell amongst us. Om, peace, peace, peace be unto all. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyoti Gamaya Nidorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om, lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness to light. Lead us from death to immortality. Om, peace, peace, peace be unto all. So, good morning and welcome. After so many months, we are here finally. So, it's kind of starting again. And I took the opportunity to change the arrangement of, how I give the talk. So I felt a bit strenuous to stand for 45 minutes on the podium. So I chose to sit, which is more comfortable to me. It's more relaxing for me. So today's talk is meditation on Mother Durga. In 2 days, we shall have Mahalaya, the homecoming of Mother Durga. We shall celebrate Durga Puja and also the peace water ceremony here. And it's a time for celebration. And in 2 days, we start Devi Paksha. It's the fortnight of the Mother. And it is difficult to really convey to those who were not born in Bengal what Durga Puja really is, the fervor of Durga Puja. I gave a talk here 2-3 years ago on Mother Durga, and then I shared with you this one little piece of writing. I think this captures best what Durga Puja really means to Bengalis. It was written by the editor of Hindustan Times, Beat Sanghi. Hindustan Times is one of the leading newspapers in India. You may compare it to the Washington Post of US. So Beat Sanghi was an editor for many years, famous. So he captures it nicely. He wrote in Hindustan Times in the editorial page, a man in Delhi once asked me what is so special about Durga Puja in Kolkata. Kolkata is the seat of Durga Puja. Is it just as big as Diwali in North India? In North India, Diwali is a big festival and spans for days, and people celebrate, spend monies and whatnot. Bisanghi writes, I simply smiled and replied, you have no idea. Then he goes on, waiting for my late evening flight to Mumbai at the airport, I thought that there probably is not any festival in any city in the world that can match Kolkata's puja in intensity. He can say this. He could say this from his own experience because he covered all the major, festivals of the world, many different places. For many years, he had been a journalist, so he could write it from his own experience. Then he says, "You can take the craze of Diwali in Delhi, Christmas in London, Summer Carnival of Rio de Janeiro, Valentine's Day in Paris, and then add it to the month-long madness of Olympic Games and cram all that into a span of 5 days, and you still would not know what you are missing if you have not been in Kolkata during Durga Puja." So that is the Durga Puja of Kolkata and Durga Puja of Bengalis. And especially since I had experienced the Durga Puja of Belur Math for continuous 11 years, I found that Durga Pujas before attending Durga Puja of Belur Math, came to nothing. So we can say with confidence the best way to celebrate Durga Puja in the whole world is how Belur Math does. It is not only my own experience. People who have even once attended Durga Puja really felt that how the entire atmosphere can be charged with a spiritual vibrations. Those who had no preconceived idea about Durga Puja, but once attended Durga Puja at Belur Math, they all say that. Even today, I gave a talk this morning to the devotees of Dallas, and there is one nun, Prabhajika Brahmapada, who is an American. She told me that she only got one chance to spend the Durga Puja at Belur Math, and it changed her life. So the beauty of Durga Puja at Belur Math, and especially Bengali Durga Puja, this is important. 2 days ago, I came across a wonderful book called The Great Goddess, Liturgy of Durga Puja. I was looking for a book which covers in details all the significance of these complex rituals of Durga Puja. And I came across this book. And guess what? Written by an American, Hilary Peter Rodriguez. It was his PhD thesis. It was he, sure. Although name is feminine, he clears it at the very beginning. So I am he. So Hilary once got a chance to see Durga Puja at Benares, and it intrigued him. He tried to understand. Benares means Kashi, Varanasi. He tried to understand what Durga Puja means really, such a complex ritual. Next 15 years, he made trip to India every time to understand what Durga Puja is. And he spent months together with the scholars, worshippers, priests to understand what Durga Puja is. And there he says, broadly there are two types of Durga Puja, non-Bengali and Bengali. And Bengali Durga Puja is the most elaborate one. It's a combination of Vedic rituals, Tantrika rituals, and Puranika, that is mythology. All the three traditions merge into Bengali Durga Puja, which the prototype of which, the best of which is how Durga Pujas are celebrated in different branch centers of Ramakrishna order, especially Belur Math. That is why, since Durga Puja is also Vedic, mostly Tantric but Vedic, that's why we see no monk performing Durga Puja. No monk. It is always a novice who is performing Durga Puja, because according to the tradition, the monks have no right to do Vedic rituals. When they became monk, they lost their eligibility to do any Vedic ritual. But they can do Kali Puja, because which is a tantric. Tantras that don't have. So this is the Durga Puja of Bengal, which is a combination of Vedic rituals, tantric rituals and mythologies. And Durga Puja is a upasana, pratika upasana. Upasana means a wonderful concept. Upasana, the word means sitting near God. Upa, near, asana, sit. To sit near God. So any spiritual practices that takes us towards the reality, towards God, our own understanding of God is called upasana. Upasana. And we find from the Vedic period, in the Upanishads and later periods, all the spiritual practices can broadly be classified into three types of upasanas, worships. Number one, Sarupa Upasana. Worship or meditate your own self. Try to find out who you are with the help of Vedic dictums like you are that, I am that, Aham Brahmasmi, Tattamasi, and try to find out who really you are. What is at the heart of your own consciousness? Through the process of neti neti, I am not this, I am not that. That is the Jnana Yoga practice of Upasana, Sarupa Upasana, also called Asamgraha, Aham Graha Upasana. Aham means I, Graha means grasp. Try to grasp who am I. Trying to wrap my mind around the mystery called I. This is Aham Graha Upasana. Second is Sampada Upasana. We find in the Vedas lot of Sampada Upasana, so also in the Upanishads. Sampada Upasana is take an element of nature or take something which you already know, which we feel, which is part of our experience, like the sun, the moon, the air, your own vital breath, and with the help of that, sublimate that element to the ultimate reality. The idea is to make our mind subtle and subtle with the help of known things, so that we can ultimately grasp the ultimate reality. But again, there is a third type of upasana. There are so many choices. That is the beauty of Vedanta. I say often, Vedanta is like the Starbucks of religions. If you don't like espresso, you can have mocha, you can have latte, you can have cappuccino. You have so many options. You don't like Sarupa Upasana, you don't like Pratika Upasana, here is Sampada Upasana, here is Pratika Upasana for you. That is, take a symbol, a picture, an image, and try to connect with the reality, ultimate reality, through that image, through that picture, through that symbol. It is just like talking over phone. We are talking over phone. We are not talking to the phone. We are talking to somebody with the help of the phone. Similarly, through the image, through the picture, through the symbol, the worshipper, the seeker is trying to connect to an ultimate reality. In one of the texts, it has been nicely said, why Pratika Upasana? Why this image, this symbol? It is said, Chinmayasva, Aprameyasva, Nirgunasva, Asharidinaha, Sadhutanam Hitarthaya Brahmana Rupa Kalpana. Brahman, the ultimate reality, is formless, without any body, without any attributes, which is difficult to grasp for most of the people. So that same Brahman has assumed form, image to help the seeker. For the sake of the seeker, the same ultimate reality has manifested itself in forms and images so that the seeker can grasp the ultimate reality with the help of this image. Swami Ishadhyanananda ji, who was in San Francisco, he was once asked by one of the students, Swami, I cannot really appreciate the idea why this infinite reality would assume a form. And Ishadhyananda ji's reply was, if the infinite reality assumes a form, do you have any objection? So, the beauty is this, that same ultimate reality, for the sake of the seeker, assumes form, so that we can appreciate that. So, Durga Puja is a Pratika Upasana, and worship through an image. And through the Durga Puja worship, one thing we hear, if we are mindful, one chant, one hymn, mantra that is chanted again and again, that is Durga Dhana Mantra. That is meditation mantra on Durga. How to meditate on Durga? Or more specifically, how the image of the Durga should be. What should be the image of the Durga? And it is not surprising that in the whole world probably there is only one place where the Durga image is constructed, made, just as in accordance with this Dhana Mantra, and that is Belur Math. For example, the complexion of the deity in Belur Math, you will see Yodaish. I will show you why it is so. Because the Dhana Mantra says, complexion of mother is like Atasi flower, a flower called Atasi, devil be, which is Yodaish. Similarly, and if we look at the images we find at different places, search over internet, we find different varieties of images, but none of them are made in accordance with the Dhana Mantra, meditation of Mother Durga. Let us contextualize Dhana Mantra. This is very interesting. As I have said several times, Puja, like Durga Puja, is like an iceberg. What we see, only a tip of the iceberg. Most part of it transpires unnoticeably between the worshipper and the worshipped. The major worship is done before we can even perceive it. All that we see, offering of flowers, sandal paste, incense sticks, food, things, is lesser part of the puja. Because the essence, quintessence of any puja is Devam Bhutva Devam Yayet. Na Adevam Devam Archayet. One should not worship God until one has become one with God. Become God, then worship the God. That is why the chief part of any puja, not here, we do here very simplified puja, but in an ideal puja, real puja ends with mental worship. Then the worshipper, as if for the sake of others who are present, do this upachara, that is offering of flowers, offering of incense sticks. These are, when this is happening, the worshipper has come down one notch and assuming the difference with the deity and treating the deity as a guest who has visited. But before that, entire process of puja is what? First, purification. Purify everything. That is, everything is Brahman already. But through mantras, through attitudes, I am trying to tell myself, reinstate the fact that everything is Brahman. The flower, all the articles of the puja, the seat, the place, everything around is Brahman. This is called Shuddhi. It's a lengthy process. When all this is done, then comes the second part. The most important part of puja, divinization of the worshipper. Worshipper gradually elevates themselves to the position of the God whom they are going to worship. That is called process of nyasa, consecration. So worshipper first through pranayama and through a tantric process called bhuta shuddhi burns with the fire their entire being. Physical body, subtle body, they burn. So I am nobody. I am not my old self anymore. Then I am nobody. Now, through the process of nyasa, which is a lengthy process, the worshipper replaces each part of their body with the body of the worshipper. In case of Durga Puja, the worshipper changes their whole personality, whole body, not only physical body, subtle body, causal body, all into the bodies of Durga, so that they feel that no longer I am sitting here, it is Durga who is sitting here. That is the real part of the puja. And when they have burnt up their body and installed Durga in their inner being, inner personality, then they do this Dhana Mantra. That is this meditation mantra. That is how I am, which form now I am going to assume. What my body will now look like. Exactly. That is called Dhana Mantra, part of every puja. Whether it is Sri Ramakrishna Puja, Jesus, Sarada Devi Puja, Dhana Mantra is how I now look like. So Dhana Mantra captures the essence of the deity. It captures its physical aspect. It captures its deeds, its transcendental aspect, and finally its saving power, how it saves us. That is Dhana Mantra. So what I will do, I will chant the Durga Dhana Mantra, explain it, show you some pictures about different aspects of the deity, and in brief try to explain the symbolism, the rich symbolism of the image of Mother Durga. So the Dhana Mantra is, Hilary Rodriguez nicely observes this, that translation does not do justice to a mantra, because mantras have a own power in itself, which is not related to its meaning at all. What the meaning is secondary importance, but mantra itself has a superhuman power, because it was seen, received by sages, seers in their transcendental self, and it was given up to them. That power is embedded in the mantras. So translation does not do justice to the mantras. Mantras have their own power. So the mantra is like this. Om Hrim Jata Juto Samayuktam Ardhendu Krita Shekharam Lochana Traya Samyuktam Purnendu Satrishananam Atasi Pushpa Varnabhyam Supratishtham Sulochanam Navayovana Sampannam Sarvabharana Bhushitam Sucharu dashanam tadvat pinonnato payodharam Tribhanga sthana shamsthanam Mahishasuramardhinim Mrinalayat samsparsha dashabahu samanvitam Trishulam dakshine dhyeyam Khargam chakram kramadadhaha Tikshna banam tatha shaktim dakshineshu vichintayet Khetakam purna chapam cha Pasham kushameva cha Ghantam bavarshum vapi vamata sanniveshayet Adhasthan mahisham tadvat Shiroskam pradarshayet Shiroschedod bhavam tadvat Danavam khargopaninam Hridi shuleno nirvinnam Niryadantra vibhushitam Raktarakti kritangam cha Rakta vispurite kshanam Veshtitam nagapashena Bhrukuti vishanananam Shapashavam hastena Dhitakesham cha durgaya Vamat rudhira vaktram cha Devya simham padarshayit Devyastu dakshinam padam samam simho paristhitam Kinchidurdham tatha vamam angushtham mahishopari Prasanna vadanam devim sarvakarma falopradam Shatru shayakarim devim daittadanavadarpoham Stuyomanam cha tadrupam amareishaniveshayet Ugrachanda prachanda cha Chandogra Chandanaika Chanda Chandavati Chaiva Chandarupati Chandika Abhi Shakti Bhi Ashtabhi Satatam Pariveshtitam Chintayet Jagatam Dhatrim Dharma Kama Artha Mokshadam. So, this is an image of Durga, how we should meditate upon. And it is enigmatic. The description is enigmatic because it is both a combination of compassion, maternal love, as well as awesome power, fearsome Durga. That's why there are three meanings of the name Durga. One is Durga is the invincible, who cannot be conquered. That's why she could conquer the demon, Mahishasura, which all the gods could not. Only Durga could. This is the meaning of Durga, the invincible. Second one, Durga is the inaccessible. Inaccessible to the apparent seekers, those who don't want to go into the deep behind the meaning of the image, or try to find out the essence of Durga, that is inaccessible. Thirdly, Durga, the enigmatic Durga, because we don't see such an ambivalence of combination of compassion and at the same time and fearsome power. So what is the meaning of these verses that I just recited? Om, the deity has matted here, which has not been taken care of. The top of it is adorned with a crescent moon, a half moon. She has 3 eyes, 2 eyes as we know, and third eye, the eye of wisdom. Her face is like the beauty of the full moon beauty, and her complexion is like Atasi flower. This is what? Atasi flower. Devil bean. Color you see, just like yellowish, and see the face of Durga. Atasi flower. So any other color we see Durga, it may look beautiful or not in accordance with the Dhana Mantra. Then she is well established, having beautiful eyes. She possesses all the beauty of early youth. She is decorated with all kinds of ornaments. her teeth are nice looking. So this is the beauty of Dhana Mantra, that even the formation of the teeth is explained here. Gradually it will take us to the transcendental aspect of Mother Durga. So starting with the details of the physique of Mother, slowly taking us to the mystical aspect, transcendental aspect of Durga. She is standing in a triple bent pose, that is at 3 curves. She is not standing straight. She has 3 bends in her pose. She is crushing the demon Mahishasura, who rides in a buffalo. That's why Mahisha means buffalo. The demon who rides on a buffalo. Then her arms, 10 arms, are like as tender, as supple as lotus stalks. Lotus stalks. So her 10 arms, so supple, extended and flexible. She has 10 arms. She should be meditated, having a trident in the uppermost right hand. This is the trident. They say it was given by Shiva, which represents 3 gunas, Sattva, Raja and Tamas. In the image of Mother Durga, we see the Sattvika, the transcendental aspect, the pure aspects of Mother Durga as giver of assurance, as giver of blessings. Then her Rajasic form, her fearsome form, her active form as killing the demon. Then also in the image is Tamas, the dark energy of ego, hubristic pride, represented by the demon. Demon represents in the image our lesser sides, not so good sides, the ignorance, the ego, pride. And lower down, gradually, the weapons are the sword, the discus, arrow, and the thunderbolt. This should be meditated upon as occupying her right hands. So right 5 right hands holding trident, then a sword given by Kala, the good of time, symbolizes discernment. Sword which cuts through the veil of illusion. So it represents power of discernment, the ability to look deeper, the ability to see through things, that is represented by sword. Then discus, chakra, given by Vishnu, which is source of creation. We shall see the symbolism of Mother Durga. Ultimately, Mother Durga is awakening of the divine feminine, which is latent, which is present in the creation, but in a latent form. And the entire goal of Durga Puja is to awaken that divine feminine, the feminine energy, and make it accessible to us. We shall see that in our later interpretation. Then arrow and bow, given by the god of air, which is a symbol of combination of the potential and kinetic powers of Mother Durga. Mother is standing, Mother is also moving. Mother is holding, Mother is also the one which is moving. The substratum as well as, or you may say, the screen as well as the movie, both is Mother Durga. Then one should place on the left side hands a shield, a bow, a snake, a gourd, and an axe. These are on the left side of Mother Durga. So this is thunderbolt Shakti, which was, I forgot to show it, which was on her right side. The fifth hand given by Indra, which symbolizes determination of Mother Durga that she would definitely kill the ignorance, the tamas of demon. Then on the uppermost left hand is shield called Khetaka, shield, which is for protection, security, defense. Mother saves us. Then onward down, snake. In fact, on the second left hand, we had the bow. I showed them together, the bow and the arrow. But third left hand is Pasha, snake, which represents the upward movement of Kundalini energy. And with this snake, Mother Durga wraps the demon. First kills with the trident and then wraps the demon, or first wraps the demon with this upward movement of consciousness, then kills the ignorance with the trident. Then Ankusha, goad, which is used by the Mahuts, the elephant riders. Elephant riders have a goad in their hand to control the elephant. It is said our mind is like mad elephant. Holy Mother said, mind is like a mad elephant, difficult to control. So we need a goad, which will, we need to hit the mind or control discipline the mind sometimes with our higher discernment. That is goading the mind. Represents Durga's controlling power. Last one is axe, Parshu, given by Vishwakarma, the god of construction, and which symbolizes royalty, love, and devotion. So then, description of the demon is down below the image of the goddess. There is a buffalo, which we cannot see now, but we can see later in the bigger picture, the full picture. A beheaded buffalo, whose head has been separated, and emerging from the severed spot, a demon is seen. Bearing a sword in hand. His chest has been pierced through by the trident, and his body and limbs are smeared with blood. So let me narrate to you one funny incident with this. I cannot resist. The mantra is Rakta Rakti. Rakta Rakti means bloodshed. Lot of spilling of blood. Rakta Rakti Kitangam Cha means the demon's entire body is smeared with blood. Rakta Rakti. Now, Rakta Rakti is also a Bengali phrase, which means, if there has been lot of bloodshed, a fight, we say Rakta Rakti. Now, in the monastery where I joined, we were many brahmacharis, novices together. And one of the brahmacharis were about to do Durga Puja. And so he was, complex mantras, and one has to all memorize. So lengthy mantras. So he was reading this mantra again and again, loudly. And another novice who was next to his room could hear it, Rakta Rakti, Rakta Rakti. So next day he went to the Swami in charge and he said, I don't understand why he's doing so much of bloodshed. All the day he's telling bloodshed, bloodshed. So the Swami then said, look, this is part of Durga Dhana Mantra, and here it means that the demon body is smeared with blood. The demon's angry eyes are red and wide. He looks dreadful. With the left hand, Mother Durga has caught hold of his hair. Then there is a lion. The right foot of the goddess is placed straight on the back of the lion. So Durga rides on lion. Lion also represents form of rajas, dynamism. Slightly above that, the left toe of Mother Durga is placed on demon Mahishasura. This form of the goddess should be made. Made means this is the image, how you are going to structure the image in such a way that she is praiseworthy by all the gods and goddesses. She is also invisible in the image. She is surrounded by 8 divine companions, 8 feminine powers, 8 different Shaktis. Who are they? Ugra Chanda, Prachanda, Chandogra, Chandanaika, Chanda, Chandavati, Chandarupa, Ati Chandika. These are not shown in the image, but these are constant companions of Durga. These 8 feminine energies, feminine powers. Then comes the aspirant should meditate on her as Jagadhatri, the protector of the whole universe. She is looking fearsome, but she is actually protecting us. And not only that, she is bestower of Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Prosperity, pleasant life, good life, and ultimately transcendence, transcending all of these. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. All these, for all those things, Mother Durga bestows to whom? To the seekers, to the earnest seekers, to the devotees. And here is the symbolism that all the gods could not resist the terrible demon called Mahishasura. They needed a feminine energy who is a combination of compassion and also great strength. This probably points to the fact that great leaders of the world should combine in them not only strength but compassion. Only strength may lead to hubris that we see. Great countries, big countries, through hubris does what not for other countries. Great leaders out of their ego, what they do. But that need to be tempered with compassion, a mother heart. Only compassion cannot save. We need strength too. That is what probably Durga symbolizes. We not only need compassion, we also need strength. Combination of these two are needed to protect the world. So combination of compassion and extraordinary power. That is what we are seeing. The studies after studies are showing us that female leaders are better in many respects than their male counterparts. The countries who had their female leaders, female prime ministers, female presidents, did better in dealing with COVID. That's what has been said. Take the example of New Zealand. New Zealand is the country which was most successful in tackling COVID. Then I think one South Asian country too, which has a female leader, female president, they did very well. So the research is finding, that's why now they are recommending that in every corporation, in the board of directors, there should be greater representation of female board members, because they bring a different kind of perspective to the problems of the world. So that is what Durga represents. And it is something that we all should aspire for. Not only we should have strength, not only should be strong, but also we should have compassion and to know how to use our strength. One thing interesting about Durga Puja is, although this is the prominent image of Durga, which is worshipped during the Durga Puja, but during the fourth day of Puja, Durga is worshipped in many other forms, like a mandala, that is a structure, a painting, a diagram on a wooden platform, called also yantra. Durga is also worshipped in a jar of water. Durga is also worshipped in 9 cluster of plants, different plants, Navadurga. So also Durga is worshipped in the, as manifested in the Bilva, bale leaves, bale tree. These are all, and there are many other forms in which Durga is worshipped. Not only, but this is the most prominent form. And she is also worshipped in many different other names in the same Durga Puja. In the same Durga Puja, she is sometimes worshipped as Katyayani, sometimes as Chamunda, sometimes as Chandi, Chandika. So different names, different forms. So the idea, the quintessence, or we may say the essence of all essence of Durga Puja, if we study the entire liturgy, is this. Durga Puja is a means, is a symbolic act to awaken the feminine energy which is already present in the nature, in creation. That's why she is worshipped during Durga Puja. All the elements of the earth is worshipped, as if to remind us of the fact that Mother Durga is present in a latent way in this entire creation. This divine feminine energy is needed to be awakened. She is already awakened, but it is a symbolic act for us to appreciate the fact. Kalika Purana says, when Devi is bodhita, that is, when Devi is awakened, Durga Puja starts with bodhana. Bodhana means awakening the Devi. Devi is sleeping. The goddess is sleeping. First thing to awaken her. Bodhana. Kalika Purana says, as soon as the Devi is awakened, she is manifest. She is prabuddha. That is, the latent feminine energy. As soon as she is invoked, she is also present in the entire nature, and she becomes accessible to us through this enigmatic image of Mother Durga. And Durga Puja is approaching, so let's take the opportunity to meditate on Mother Durga and pray to her that she bestows us all the things that is good for us, and also give us these 2 qualities that we need strength and compassion. Strength and compassion. I end my talk with a mantra which is only chanted at Belur Math, nowhere else. After the 10th day of the puja, Mother Durga is immersed in Ganges. The image is immersed, thrown into the Ganges. Temporarily, there is a sadness that prevails over Belur Math. The same image we were connected for months, because the image is made at Belur Math itself. It is brought from somewhere. Rather, the sculptures stay at Belur Math. They make the image at Belur Math. So all the residents of Belur Math see the image being made out of nowhere, out of a structure, and they witness Mother taking shape through the months, and then finally awakened, done worship, being connected, suddenly the same image is thrown into the water. That is also symbolic of the fact that Hindus are not idol worshippers. If Hindus were idol worshippers, they would have kept the idol forever. It only means that Hindus worship the ultimate reality, and they know the ultimate reality is always there. I needed an image for a few days to connect to the ultimate reality. So when it is thrown into the Ganges, there is a temporary sadness over Belur Math. Then, on the same platform where Durga was worshipped, a pitcher of Ganges water is placed, and some leaves representing same Durga here in the pitcher. And a brief ritual after that, one mantra is uttered, which means whatever has been created is Durga. All the universes, multiverses are nothing but Durga. All men, all women, animals, plants are nothing but Durga. Wherever our eyes fall, there is nothing but Durga. In this entire creation, there is nothing which is separate from Durga. Durga is everywhere. Durga has become everything. And that is the mantra with which I end my talk. Bhutani Durga, Bhuvanani Durga, Striya Pashuscha, Narascha Durga, Yat Yat Hi Drishyam, Khalu Tat Hi Durga, Durga Sarupat, Aparam Na Kinchit. So that was Durga, and I would request Philip to play flute for 5 minutes, and during that 5 minutes, let us meditate on blissful form of Mother Durga. Thank you, Philip. I'm not announcing the next week's program. It is on the notice board, also in our website, also in the fire we have